Our next visit, inshallah, it will be Nigeria. So we hope that, unfortunately, they didn't give them a visa. Many of them they had problem with the visa. But I think Mo will give you some ideas about what's happening in Nigeria, inshallah. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Okay, so hello. My name is Easiest. So just go Mo. Most of my friends call me Mo Olumide anyway. So we don't have people biting off their tongues. So I work in corporate strategy and business development for a company that is into photography, real estate, and a couple of other things. It's a conglomerate, really, in Nigeria. It's about the biggest private investment that you have in that field in Nigeria. So that's just formality. My background is in law, so I tend to do this all the time. So the essence of putting a program together to talk about creating legacies is right at the core of what we do at Studio 24. If you know anything about Nigeria, you know that we're fun-loving people. We are colorful, we have loads of festivals, and we just generally love life. And it becomes central to our being that we're curating all of this culture that we're creating. And so in Studio 24, we have found joy in being one of the longest serving businesses in that area. We're 29 years old this year. And we've been in that business since before the digital era. We've been in the photography business since the days of film, plates, 35mm, and we survived all of those eras. Now, how did we do that? We managed to do that by simply studying our market and making sure that we perceive where the market is tending. We try to preempt our market. We try to preempt by keeping a close eye on technology and on trends globally. There is is there anybody from Germany here? You know about he's from everywhere. So there's this Photokina photography festival that holds. There's another one at the Czech Republic, Photo Expo. There's another one in the US, Photo Plus. We're at all of those events all year round, trying to see where the world is going. Not just in our field, but in all of the other fields that surround our field, especially fields like technology. So you must believe me when I tell you that creating a legacy is a combination of looking forward and backward at the same time. You must be able to keep looking at the future, and you must be able to keep looking back and seeing where brands like Kodak fell, where brands like BlackBerry failed to take the opportunity that the market presented them, brands like BlackBerry. I figure that I'm quite young compared to a lot of people in this room. I'm only 40, but from 40 and above, you will understand some of these logos that you see right here. Some of these logos are still, some of these businesses are still existent in some other places around the world. But back home in Nigeria, where I grew up, where I was born 40 years ago, these were the reigning brands, and they're not there anymore. There's no Bata in Nigeria anymore. There's no Dr. Pepper. I haven't even set my eyes on a bottle of Dr. Pepper in forever. I don't know if you've seen one recently. It's still in your country. Oh, nice. So, and that is a Polaroid camera. My dad used to have one of those. You shoot, you print and process immediately, fan it like this, and then there you have your picture. So the world turns and turns, and what does that mean? Everything eventually dies. Everything. All the businesses that we're building are going to die and be born again somehow. Some will die and transform, and some will just end. So what kind of death is your business going to die? Businesses like Ericsson did not start out making phones. And the transition continues. There are our business, our photography business, started as an oil servicing firm. Can you beat that? Oh yeah. So there will be opportunities. Time will turn, tide will turn. What opportunities do we have from that? So we get to create a legacy, because when your business dies, what will it be remembered for? I remember Bata. I remember that when we would resume school then, there's this shoe, I think it was called Cortina, and we will go shop for shoes when resumption is closed. So those are the memories. Now, if I had a chance to buy into a Bata, to bring Bata back to Nigeria today, I probably would, because I am tied to that brand legacy from a long time ago. I have a history with that brand. So what history is your brand creating with your customers, with the culture, and with the community that your business is in? Those are the things that you want to continue to meditate on as you're thinking about creating a legacy. Now, this is a famous quote that if you don't want to be forgotten, you better write something that is worth reading or do something that is worth writing about. It means that your brand, whether you are doing an actual verbal storytelling or not, by your adverts or something, you are telling stories. The experiences that people have with your brand are stories, and they're being gathered daily. They're being gathered daily. Your legacy is not what the market perceives your business as. Your legacy is what your business means to the market. It is the sentimental value and emotional attachment that people have to your brand, and that will cause them to make buying decisions, whether you believe it or not. A lot of people before now have always thought that business is business, charity is charity. Haven't you heard somebody say before, that this is business, let's leave whatever out of it? But no, it's not that way anymore. People are making more emotional buying decisions now more than ever. People are attached to brands. People will do things because Facebook sends them a memorabilia pack. They would spend time on Facebook. They would do Twitter and Instagram, or do Instagram because it's now owned by Facebook, or post from their Instagram. How many people post from their Instagram here directly on their Twitter and on their Facebook? You do. Great. That brand relation is causing the people to extend brand loyalty to another related brand because of one brand. So legacy is now beyond the usual CSR racket. Before now, CSR used to be something that companies did because they wanted to look good. You know, you give a bunch of orphans some food, you pose for a photo, you publish it in the papers. That is not legacy. It may be CSR, it's not legacy. It is what you look like, it's not what your business means to the community. So when you're creating a legacy, or you're planning for that, you need to keep that in mind. It is not image and reputation management, it goes beyond that. Now, corporate social responsibility has become a notorious fad for a lot of companies. Companies do it for a lot of superficial reasons. And when you're creating a legacy for your brand, for your business, for your organization, I need you to think deeper and know that there is already a sensitization of people against CSR. A lot of people don't even believe it. They participate for social reasons and nothing more. Now, let's not living something for people. It is living something in people. We've been over the value, the intrinsic value of what your business means to a lot of people. Now, we already agree that, I think we're on the same page now, that whether you work in the for-profit, non-profit, we all need to create a legacy, right? Right? Are you with me, people? Yes. Great. That's my role. Okay. So with the right idea, we want to be able to cross-post and make sure that we get the expertise that for-profit businesses present, and then the community that non-profit people have always had. There's always been a trust for non-profit that carries community along, but you can merge that in creating your business legacy. You have to carry the culture, the community, and the customers along. And you will be surprised that it is a revolving, yes, I see you, Dr. Baheji, I see you, I see you.
You see me now?
Yes, I see you now. Yeah, so it creates this revolving door that allows your customers to remain attached to your business even when your business is operating as a business. That is, when they're shelling out their money to your business, they're doing it with their heart and their minds. You know, that I'm buying a burger from Tasty Burgers because they give, out of every $1 that I pay them, they give 20 cents to so-so charity that I love. And that is a root. So you want to do that. It's our responsibility to make sure that the next generation has something to stand with our business. Now, how are we going to do that? We're having our names on hearts. And we also know that we're doing this in a step-by-step daily. A legacy is not what appears after your business is done or transformed. It is what you do daily, and then it is the aggregate of what the sentimental attachment to your business has become in the minds of your customers, your community, and the culture. So you must plan from when you start your business. Don't wait to create your legacy. Create your legacy as you go. I see you, Doc. So, how do you do this in crisis management? Even if you have not planned from before, there is still an opportunity in crisis to be able to create a legacy by your response to that crisis. We had problems in our own industry. Our industry was having another change. There was a gap between the kind of expertise that we had in the industry and the opportunities that were coming in. There was also a social heat on women. And all of this was creating problems in our industry. What we did was we responded by taking opportunity. We said, okay, look, another phase is ending, another one is starting. Let's jump in ahead of that. Let's create that new workforce that the industry needs. And we looked for the right demographic. We went for women. Already at that time, women were underserved in our industry. Women are the biggest consumers of photography. But how many women photographers do you know? So we decided that we were going to start training any woman who would in photography. We took them in for 6 months. We created what we call something for the girls. We made them to learn both photography, makeup, business, management, life skills. We took them through classes on love, forgiveness. You will wonder, how does that relate to business and photography? But we found out in our research that a lot of people are not doing well in business because they're not doing well personally and are not at peace in themselves. We created that class. We call it 1 month of love and life lessons classes. We call it the Purge. In that class, we had them talk to psychiatrists. We had them talk to people they were not talking to in their family. We dug deep. We helped them to settle their emotional lives. And then we set them forth in business. And this is how we created this potpourri of partners who also came to help us on this project. The Studio 24 Canon Imaging Training Diet you will see in the materials that will be provided to you after. It's something that you can replicate in your training organization or just generally in your businesses. Now, we're big on life skills, we're big on business and management and entrepreneurship, and not just the technical skills. We've created endless possibilities and lasting legacies just by attending our trainings. The opportunity to function economically productive in all of these fields now exists for our women. Our girls are many, they are happy, they are prosperous, because happy girls are wealthy girls. And this is what we've done. We want you to look at this model and think of replicating them. Happy girls. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.